If you're a non-native English speaking professional and you want to know more about having small talk in a business related, casual, social setting, then stick around because I'm here to help you with that. I'm Kathleen, founder of English Without Kathleen Elise, and my mission, my passion, is to help non-native English speaking professionals to speak English like the professional who belongs in every room. So here's an example. We're in the summer and perhaps you've been invited to your manager's house for a cookout. There's some reason, there are many reasons, especially in American business culture. We're a friendly bunch, even though we may seem reserved in many ways. Managers have cookouts, and so you're at this cookout and you know that it's not the same as a social situation with your friends or your coworkers. So you're just not quite sure how to handle it because you know the rules of being in the office don't necessarily apply. So here are some ways to approach it. I find that the best way to approach this situation is to still keep in mind that this is business related. So the rules do still apply. There are things you don't talk about. If people get together with others in the office on occasion because they want to get to know each other on a different level, on a more relaxed level, to get to know more about the people that they work with. It doesn't mean that they want to necessarily become your best friends, or that this is, super personal and we can share anything situation. But, you spend so much time with each other that it's nice to just deal with each other on a relaxed human basis rather than with those barriers that are often in place in a business setting. So I find that keep in mind it's still business because you have to see these people in the office the next day or the next working day. So it's complicated in one sense. Keep the conversation on things that people do in their personal time, their interests and things like that. First and foremost, if you're at someone's home, compliment them on their home. How long have you been here? This looks like you've lived here forever. It's just really beautiful. And make specific compliments about what you like, about what they've done with their space. Don't pry into their personal, don't get too personal, but make a comment about their personal style and how it feels really lived in, and they must really love their home because they keep it up so well, or anything of that sort. Focus on the host, whomever is hosting. Focus on them. Focus on all that they've accomplished in their space and things on that vein. You can also talk about wow, this was really nice of you to have everyone over. We needed the break, and this is a nice way to have it. And you can comment about how, we get so busy we forget that we each have private lives and that we're individual people. So thank you. Do something like that. You can also talk about, if it's clear that they have children, talk about their children. And you must be so proud of them for this, that, or the other thing. Keep the focus on the host and the accomplishments of the host in whatever form that might take, the accomplishment might take. And then you can if they ask you a question, if they're putting the focus on you, allow that and go with that flow for a little bit, and then bring it back to the host, or compliment other employees, compliment your coworkers in front of the manager, in front of the host. And that's going to go a long way, but mean it. People can tell when you're just faking it, and when you're trying to, um, when you're trying to be a teacher's pet, as we say, and just tell the teacher what they want to hear so that you'll be looked on as the star student. Don't do that. Be genuine. Find something genuinely good about each of your coworkers who are there at the function, and even maybe someone who couldn't be there. And it would have been nice if so and so could have been here. They would have really enjoyed this. They, find something positive to draw out and compliment your coworkers about in front of the host. And finally, you can always things that you can talk about. Ask if the host or hostess needs any help. That is a great way to break the ice and let them know that you're ready to be there for them. Because if you're hosting a party, if you're hosting a bunch of people, there's always something to do. So whoever is hosting is going to want to spend time with people rather than be stuck in the kitchen or stuck cleaning up after people. So number one, ask what you can do, and you can start the conversation that way, or just keep an eye out for things that you can do. And if you see that there are cups and plates, dirty things left around, collect them, and then just ask the host, or oh, where's the trash, where should I throw these? If they're in the middle of a conversation, don't do that, but do help out a little bit and ask how you can help. That is huge. The host really appreciates that, and it allows you to become part of the situation in a really productive way, and you feel great about yourself, which means you relax more, and it's just natural. And I think the key to small talk is to keep everything natural. Don't try to force anything. And again, I've said in other videos about small talk, silences are okay, pauses are good. So don't be afraid of those, but just keep everything natural and you'll be great. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.